Okay, the gauntlet is down. Silicon Valley's scrambling. Apple just unleashed the M5.
Yeah. And not just, in one device. It's everywhere.
Everywhere premium, yeah. New MacBook Pro, that crazy thin iPad Pro, and the Vision Pro gets an update too.
And it's all built on this third generation 3-nanometer process. Pure tech wizardry.
Alchemy.
Well, alchemy that costs a fortune. And that's kind of the point of our deep dive today, right?
Exactly. We're not here just to drool over the marketing slides.
Nope. Mission critical dissection time. We've got the official Apple press releases, and we're smashing them right up against the, let's say, fiery reaction from the AI folks over on Reddit. Lots of opinions there.
So the core question for you listening, is this M5 really the next giant leap for AI on your device?
Or is it just Apple's latest, maybe fanciest scheme yet to get you to shell out absolutely insane money for memory?
The battle lines are drawn. It's practically a silicon civil war out there.
Okay. But let's start with the tech itself, because honestly, there's some seriously impressive stuff here.
Fair enough. Lay it on us.
So the foundation, 3rd gen 3-nanometer. That's state of the art. Peak efficiency, more power, less heat. Basically packing more future into every chip.
But the real headline grabber, the big AI play, it's the GPU, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. They didn't just, nudge the neural engine forward. They went deep. Rebuilt the 10-core GPU architecture.
Oh, so?
Get this. They put a dedicated neural accelerator inside every single GPU core.
Whoa. Okay, so not just a separate neural engine block, but baked into the graphics cores themselves.
Exactly. That's a fundamental shift. It screams commitment to AI tasks.
And that commitment leads to their big, bold claim.
Which is over 4x the peak GPU compute performance specifically for AI compared to the M4. That's the headline number.
4 times. And compared to M1?
Over 6 times faster, they say. Massive jump if you're coming from older silicon.
Hold on, though. 4 times peak GPU compute for AI. That sounds specific. What exactly are they measuring? Is that a real-world number you'll actually see?
See, that's the fine print the Reddit devs are tearing into. It's definitely focused on optimized tasks.
Like what?
Think running AI models for, say, image generation or complex stuff within Apple's own frameworks. They are showing up to 3.5x faster performance in apps like Draw Things on the MacBook Pro.
Okay, so it's real, but maybe not for everything you do. More for specific AI-heavy workflows.
Precisely. The architectural change is delivering huge speed boosts for those tasks. They're showing off the engine at full throttle, even if daily driving is slower.
Makes sense. All right, beyond the AI fireworks, what about just general performance, CPU and stuff?
Still solid gains. The CPU is up to 10 cores, now 4 performance, 6 efficiency. They're saying up to 15% faster multi-threaded speed over the M4. Respectable.
And graphics generally, not just AI.
It's also beefier, up to 45% higher graphics performance than M4. Part of that's a new 3rd-gen ray tracing engine. So yeah, it'll handle pro rendering, gaming better too. It's not just an AI chip.
And that separate 16-core neural engine is still there, right? Doing its thing.
Yep. And it's faster too. Tuned specifically for Apple Intelligence features, Genmoji, spatial scenes, those Vision Pro personas.
None of this raw power matters if there's a bottleneck getting the data to the processors, right? Yeah. Especially for those big AI models.
You nailed it. For running large language models, LLMs, locally, speed isn't just about the cores, it's about feeding them. Data transfer is king.
And that's where the memory bandwidth comes in.
Exactly. They call it the Unified Memory Speed Injection. Quite dramatic.
Yeah. How fast are we talking?
A whopping 153 gigabits per second.
Wow. Okay, that's nearly 30% up from M4. Why is that number, 153 gigabits, so critical for LLMs?
Okay, think of unified memory like this. The CPU, the GPU, the neural engine, they all share one big pool of RAM. That 153 gigabits. That's the width and speed of the highway connecting all those processors to that shared data pool.
Got it.
Now, if you're running a huge LLM, you ideally want the entire model to fit in that memory pool. If it doesn't fit,
it has to constantly shuffle data back and forth from the SSD,
which is way slower.
Bingo. Kills performance. That massive 153 gigabits bandwidth lets the processors access huge chunks of the model super quickly all at once without hitting that slow storage bottleneck. It enables fast inference actually using the model right there on the device. Larger models can just live there.
Which brings us, almost inevitably, to the flip side, the controversy, the memory trap.
The moment those speed numbers dropped, you could almost hear the collective groan from the AI developer community when they looked at the price list.
The price outrage, it's palpable.
Absolutely. That entry-level 14-inch MacBook Pro starts at $1,599 US.
Seems okay for a new Pro?
Yeah, but look at the memory you get for that $1,600, the base configuration. Well, let's just say the serious AI devs are calling it a joke for running the models they care about.
Okay, let's clarify that for people listening who aren't trying to run massive AI models every day, why is 16 GB suddenly a joke when Apple talks so much about efficiency?
It's capacity versus speed. That amazing 153 gigabits bandwidth, think of it as, I don't know, a super wide 12-lane Hyperloop tunnel, insanely fast transit. But the base 16 GB RAM, that's like a tiny platform at the end of the tunnel that can only hold a few people. If your AI model, your passenger group, is huge, like a big 70 billion parameter model, it just won't fit on the platform.
So the Hyperloop speed doesn't matter if the destination is too small. The model either won't run or it'll crawl because it's constantly loading little bits of itself.
Exactly. The bandwidth is useless without enough capacity for the specific task.
Right. But we should be fair, there's quantization, right? Compressing the models.
Absolutely. That's a key technique. Devs confirmed, you can take something like the Qwen 14B model, quantize it down to 4-bit precision.
Which basically means shrinking it a lot.
Usually a small, acceptable hit to accuracy, yeah. And that does run smoothly even on the older 16 GB M4 machines. So the M5 will handle those compressed models beautifully.
But the power users, the researchers, the ones pushing the limits,
they want more. They want to run the bigger, less compressed, potentially more accurate models locally. And for that, you need raw capacity, just sheer gigabytes, more VRAM, essentially, even though it's unified.
And that's where the pricing just becomes, well, brutal.
Yeah, the cost comparison discussions on Reddit are savage. People look at upgrading an M5 Mac to get, say, 96 GB of unified memory.
Which probably costs, what, north of $4,000 US?
Easily. And that's when the alternatives start looking really tempting.
Like, what are people comparing it to?
Well, one user pointed out you could probably snag 4 used NVIDIA 3090 graphics cards for around $3,000.
Okay, wait, 4 3090s, that's what, 96 GB of dedicated VRAM right there?
Exactly, 4 times 24 GB. And offering, quote, orders of magnitude faster speed for training and inference on large models, according to some users.
Ouch, that's hard to ignore, even if you love the Apple ecosystem.
It really throws that Apple premium into sharp relief, even comparing to like a high-end Windows laptop, maybe a Lenovo Legion with 64 GB system RAM plus a beefy 24 GB GPU. Those are still pricey, maybe $3,500 on sale.
Still expensive, yeah.
But Apple's pricing, especially once you get outside the US, like in Europe, it often feels like a 30%, maybe even 50% markup for comparable specs, particularly on RAM upgrades. You pay for the integration, the efficiency, but wow, the capacity cost hurts.
So the consensus, at least in the hardcore AI community, isn't that the M5 chip is bad tech.
No, the tech is brilliant.
But that the base M5 configuration is essentially bait.
That's the prevailing theory, yeah. The base M5 is fantastic for everyday users, maybe dipping a toe into AI, but it's designed to make anyone doing serious, large-scale local AI work look immediately at the upgrade path.
Towards the M5 Pro, the M5 Max, the M5 Ultra, the ones that haven't been announced yet, but everyone expects will finally offer more memory.
Right. That's where people are hoping to see configurations break past the current limits, maybe hit 128 GB, maybe even 192 GB or 256 GB eventually. That's the silicon they're actually waiting for. Apple's saving the main course.
The classic Apple strategy. Show you the future, then charge you a king's ransom for the version that actually delivers it for pro use. Okay, but M5 isn't just MacBooks. It's an ecosystem chip. Where else is it making waves?
Well, the iPad Pro is probably the poster child for M5's efficiency gains.
Right. That new 13-inch model is, what, 5.1 millimeters thin? It's absurd.
It's genuinely astonishing engineering, putting that much power into something that thin. That's a quiet revolution in portable computing, like holding a sheet of very powerful glass.
And it's not just thinner. M5 brought connectivity upgrades too, right?
Huge ones, finally. The new N1 wireless chip means actual Wi-Fi 7, and there's a new C1X modem for up to 50% faster cellular data. Makes working on the go way more feasible.
And that M5 power translates to actual workflow speed.
Oh yeah, they're claiming things like 3D rendering up to 6.7 times faster than the M1 generation, even compared to M4. AI image generation in apps like Draw Things is apparently twice as fast.
And they're pairing it with iPadOS updates.
Rumor has it iPadOS 26 is bringing a big visual refresh, liquid glass design, they're calling it, and crucially, a much more powerful windowing system, finally making that pro hardware usable for complex workflows on a tablet.
And then the headset, Vision Pro, still starting at that eye-watering $3,499.
Yeah.
What does M5 do there?
It's less about raw power you feel directly, maybe, and more about improving the experience, reducing friction.
How so?
Well, in spatial computing, smoothness and clarity are everything. M5 allows it to render 10% more pixels on those micro OLED displays.
Sharper image.
Yep. And maybe more importantly, push the refresh rate up to 120 Hz. That cuts down motion blur, which is huge for comfort and avoiding nausea. It's critical for immersion.
Yeah, did they fix the neck strain issue?
They're trying. There's a new dual knit band. Apparently it has tungsten inserts to act as a counterweight.
Tungsten. Wow. Counterbalancing the future. But hey, if it makes it more comfortable.
Worth a shot. And the M5's faster neural engine speeds up all the background AI stuff, making those personas, generating spatial scenes up to 50% faster. Third-party apps might see up to 2x speedups too.
And battery life. Any improvement?
A bit. Up to 2.5 hours of general use now. So faster, clearer, comfier, and less, slightly longer. Small steps, but important ones for VR.
Okay, let's pull this all together then. We've got blistering speed claims, especially in AI, paired with some genuinely painful pricing, particularly around memory. So, bottom line, what does the M5 actually mean for you, the listener, right now?
Look, for the vast majority of people, especially if you're upgrading from an M1 Mac or, God forbid, an old Intel-based Mac, the M5 is a monster. It's a no-brainer upgrade.
Like night and day difference.
Oh, yeah. We're talking potentially 86 times faster AI performance than some Intel systems, 30 times faster GPU. It's not just an upgrade. It's like getting evicted from the slow lane. You'll feel it instantly.
If you're already on an M4 chip,
then the calculation changes. M5 is definitely faster, especially for AI. That 3.5x boost in specific apps is real and significant if you use them.
but general stuff.
More incremental. That 15% CPU bump, 30% bandwidth increase, it's good. Very good.
Yeah.
But is it drop everything and upgrade right now? Good? Maybe not, unless AI is your absolute bottleneck. It's a strong evolution, not quite a revolution over M4.
And we keep coming back to the central point. The real prize for the serious AI developer, the person wanting to run those huge uncompressed models locally,
Is still waiting in the wings. It's the M5 Max, the M5 Ultra. Whatever comes next with potentially 128 GB, 192 GB, maybe even 256 GB of unified memory. That's the chip that could finally let Apple properly challenge high-end NVIDIA GPUs for massive local model capacity.
which tees up the real cliffhanger question, doesn't it? The M5 base chip solidifies Apple's lead in power efficiency and tightly integrated AI, no question.
Right, the ecosystem play is strong.
But NVIDIA still absolutely owns the high-end training and large-scale inference market, mainly due to VRAM capacity in Zudia. So here's the thought. And it's a big if Apple finally delivers an M5 Max or Ultra with, say, 128 GB or 256 GB of memory at a price that's, well, let's say less insane than extrapolating current RAM costs, is that the moment the local AI community finally gives up waiting for PC makers to match the unified memory architecture and just says, okay, fine, take my kidney, I need that Mac. Will capacity finally trump the NVIDIA ecosystem lock-in for local inference?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question. Speed is there, integration is there, efficiency is there. Apple just needs to deliver the sheer memory space at a price that doesn't require organ donation. That's the potential turning point we're all watching for.
The Silicon Wars are definitely heating up. All right, we want to hear from you. Are you experimenting with local LLMs? Are you saving every penny, dreaming of a mythical M5 Ultra? Or are you snapping up used NVIDIA cards like there's no tomorrow? What's your strategy?
Yeah, tell us.
Don't just sit there listening. Jump into the comments. Tell us if you think this M5 is a tech triumph or just a pricing tragedy waiting to happen. Like this deep dive, share it, and definitely smash that subscribe or follow button. Because our next look at the Silicon Wars, it's going to be even more awesome, more revolutionary, and absolutely unmissable.